So we'll go through this stuff. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand. Those of you tuning in on the webinar, I will repeat the question. If you have a question at home, please unmute yourself and speak freely. Okay, so without further ado, this is 20 lead generation ideas under $20. I was challenged to provide 20 ideas to you at this low dollar point, which is very, very hard to do, to find effective lead strategies under $20. But if you take a few minutes and Google how to find real estate leads under $20, you're going to find one common denominator, which is call your contacts, which is not really a feasible thing, or that's not really a creative idea to bring to you. So we're going to think outside the box, think with an open mind here. Not everything's going to be earth-shattering, but there will be some ideas. If you can pull one or two and apply them, spend some time instead of some money, okay? It's not necessarily about the task or the item that I'm going to give you, but it's what you do with that, okay? So we will continue. Item number one. I blocked out an hour for this class, so I'm going to move very, very quickly, okay? Item number one, joining and participating in Facebook community groups. That does not mean to join a realtors group or real estate tips. We're all part of communities and networking groups on Facebook that talk about websites to use, IDX feeds, technology tips, referrals, things like that. The point of doing these are to have reach outside of the real estate community. Join a local community group, local charities, local businesses have real estate groups. Search your city that you're farming for whatever appears under that city. You're looking for a forum to create conversations with the public because that is your target. Everyone will either rent, buy, or sell at some point. So putting your name out there and starting a conversation, interacting with those people will keep your name at the forefront of that and being a resource for them. In addition to that, think about the buy and sell marketplace on Facebook. Okay, people post items for sale, right? What does it tell you if someone's posting furniture for sale in their home? They're moving, right? Okay, so that gives you a hint on someone you might want to reach out to, offer some guidance. You're selling a lot of furniture. Are you moving? I'm a realtor in the neighborhood. Any advice I can give you on how to prepare your home to sell? Is it already listed? Start the conversation. Not, hey, I'd like to sell your home. It looks like you're moving. Start the conversation. Be a resource, okay? Really quick, like I said. Number two, Instagram advertising. I've been teaching Facebook for about 2.5 years now, and Instagram is creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. Facebook advertising can be very, very complex. Instagram's advertising is extremely simple. So currently, you can manage your Instagram advertising through the Facebook advertising portal. However, it's just as complex as Facebook when you do it that way, okay? If you have an Instagram account, you go into your settings on your phone, on the Instagram app, and say convert to business. It simply just switches from personal to business, keeps everything else the same. Going forward from that, any post or any picture that you put up there, like this is an image, will have a blue button that says promote. 5 clicks from the posting of the picture to creating the advertisement. Picture, click promote, select your demographic, select your budget, select your time frame, publish. Done. 5 clicks. Very, very simple and easy. Don't put any more than $5 or $10 behind it. Instagram is caught on a lot more, and the traffic on it is not just millennials, it's the general public, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As the millennials take over more of the demographic, Instagram will get stronger, Facebook will get weaker. So if you missed the Facebook wave, get into Instagram now. Okay, we have an Instagram class on November 16th here from an outside marketing director coming in to talk to us about leveraging Instagram. Make sure you pay attention to that. Very, very, very easy. And Instagram's targeting is basically hyper local. So when you click on where you are at the given time, your GPS is by default where it's going to be utilizing your location within a certain amount of space. So if you don't pay attention to the geographic when you're clicking through to post the ad, it's going to by default be here or within 25 miles. Okay. Facebook Messenger ads. Anybody use Facebook Messenger? Yes, right? I use Facebook Messenger to communicate with my television company, with Comcast and with AT&T for my cell phone. Because instead of waiting on hold and clicking through the prompts, you get an instant response within 30 seconds on Facebook Messenger now. It's the world we're turning into. It's the Amazon effect. I want it now, deliver it to me now. You can have it from Amazon within a couple hours. It used to be 2 days, now it's a couple hours. Facebook Messenger is getting even closer. You used to have to go to their website to do a live chat. You now go on Facebook, search whatever company you want, and click message. In fact, most Facebook business pages have a little pop-up now in the bottom right corner that comes up with the messenger saying, we're here, how can we help? We're ready for you. 53, this is a poll that was done by a social media management company. 53% of people are more likely to buy or use a business that they can have instant communication with through Facebook Messenger. This was done in February 2018. I think it's even more applicable now. And I will never, ever call Comcast or AT&T ever again. Facebook Messenger was amazing for it. Absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you. So think about this. 5 years ago, if I were to ask you this question, your clients are using Facebook Messenger instead of text messages, you would have thought I'm crazy. That is the case now. In fact, for my communication with the board of directors at our local board of realtors, they don't text anymore. I communicate with them through Facebook Messenger. Sharing of media without worry of your platform or your phone. So for example, I have an Android, you have an iPhone, okay? If I send you a picture from my Android to your iPhone, it's blurry. If I send you a video from my Android to your iPhone or vice versa, it's not even watchable. Like you click it, you can't even tell who's in the video. But Facebook Messenger is all internet run. It doesn't matter about your platform. So sharing pictures, videos, phone calls without using cell lines, it's all internet based. And you can communicate with someone through that using an iPad, using any handheld device. It doesn't necessarily have to be a phone. It doesn't have to be connected. Works on your computer, works on your phone, works on your iPad, works on surfaces, tablets, anything. Correct. If you send it to one person, only that one person's getting it, or you can do group conversations, just like you can on a group text on your phone. And it works even better than cell phone texting now. So for example, if I get a text on my phone, I get that little number 1 next to the message, right? Okay, Facebook Messenger doesn't wait for that. It pops up on your phone and has this little circle that moves around all around your screen. You can't get rid of it until you read it. It's really annoying, but it makes you open it. You have to click it to get rid of it. You have to click it and then drag it to the bottom to get rid of it. It's the only way. Most people are using their mobile device to use Facebook or Instagram. Instagram only works on your phone. So you have to be on it. It's on your phone. You're available 24/7 and pops up on their phone. It is absolutely amazing. Facebook Messenger ads are created through the Facebook advertising portal. Again, a little bit more complex than the Instagram ones, but you can tell it to only go on Facebook Messenger, which keeps your cost down even further, okay? When you're creating an ad, keep the mindset of, I'm not passing out a business card. It's not saying I'm here to help you. Put out a message. Well, yeah, I taught that class a long time ago. Digital magnets. Offer something of value in return for their information. Offer something of value for them to contact you. That's the point. And when they click contact, instead of a contact form coming to your email, guess what? It pops up on your Facebook Messenger. So you get instant communication with this customer. Does that make sense? Use an advertisement like 5 ways to get more equity out of your home before you sell it. Someone who contacts you looking for that information is someone who's preparing to sell their home. Things along those lines. Now this one I didn't really like, but I started looking into after the fact, and I really, really like it now. Exporting LinkedIn contacts. Who's on LinkedIn here? Everybody, right? For the most part. In the past, I had only tried to connect with realtors on LinkedIn because that's who I was trying to build a referral network with, okay? Completely wrong in that mentality. Connect with anyone who comes across as having a professional involvement somewhere, okay? The contact information you get from LinkedIn is the email address they utilize to log into LinkedIn. How valid do you think that email is? Extremely valid. So if they accept your request, they're logging into that portal, meaning that email is a valid contact. You can export. It's a simple button. You go into your connections, click export. It downloads a CSV file to your computer with their name, their title, their business, their email. You can either import that into your CRM and start hitting them with drip campaigns, or you can import that to Facebook and use them as a custom audience for advertising. Completely targeted, very valid information. What are you trying to do? You're trying to start a conversation, right? So this is another way to get in front of different people, specifically targeted to who you're going to. You're not advertising to 85-year-old Ethel who's not buying or selling a house anytime soon. You're advertising to people who are out there working. They qualify for mortgages. They're working, and they're people that would qualify to go out and look for a new house, possibly move up, sell their home, et cetera, et cetera. You're trying to start a conversation. LinkedIn is not a very social atmosphere. It's very business oriented. You don't see too many conversations happening on LinkedIn. So to take this information off and bring them into your social media sphere, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be that you're utilizing, you're bringing them into more of an open dialogue circumstance, where if you friend them from LinkedIn to Facebook, you're seeing them post their personal situations. You're seeing them post when their kid graduates high school, when they have a baby, when they get married, when they get divorced, unfortunately. All of those aspects that make it a more personalized relationship, a more social conversation that opens a door for you. It's recommended that you do this every 6 months and update your contacts from LinkedIn. Questions about that?
I do have one. I see people, I'm on LinkedIn and I'll go to message somebody and it says I can't message them because I don't have a premium account, I think it is.
So the question was, do you need a premium account to message people? Yes and no, it depends. So some people have it blocked where you must have a premium account, but it's very, very, very few people because LinkedIn Premium is actually kind of expensive. So I haven't run into that with anyone. However, if you go to see who's viewed your profile, it will show you 3 names and then ask you for contact information, upgrade to premium. Don't do that. Only do it with your first connections. So if you go to LinkedIn, click on My Network, that's where the export button is. But I'll tell you, if you send a message through LinkedIn, they're not seeing it in a timely manner unless they're trying to remarket for their own business on there. If you want to actually reach a contact that you've made a connection with on there, you need to take it off of there and do it somewhere else, which is take down the information, the email address, the exporting contacts, put it into your CRM for a drip campaign, or upload into Facebook to advertise directly to them, which is very, very, very targeted for you. Now, bringing in more contacts into Facebook just gives you more people to keep track of, right? Here's a way to handle that. Facebook allows you to create lists, targeted lists of people that you are friends with or connected to on Facebook. So how many of you friend your customers when you close with them? Diane?
Depends on the customer.
Okay. Regardless, you should. Even if you like them or you don't like them, okay? Because you want referral business and you want them to come back to you, right? Unless you don't want them to come back to you. If you don't want them to come back to you, don't friend them. If you do want them to come back to you, by all means add them, okay? And if you don't want them to see your personal stuff that you post, that's okay too. When you go to post, you can set your settings so to show for everyone except for this list, where you don't have to post your personal stuff to show that client list. But you go into your friends list, in the top it says click create list, then you'll be able to select as many friends as you want to add to that list. Name it past clients. Go into that past clients list and it will only show you, I'm going ahead of myself here. So if you create this friends list, right? You go onto Facebook, you look at your news feed. Facebook thinks it knows what you want to see. So let's say everybody in this room posted something. Facebook would only show me about 20% of that, thinking that I don't want to see the other 80% based on what I've clicked on or looked at or responded to in the past. Facebook doesn't know that you want to look at your customers. If you save that list and then go into that list, it will show you a feed of everything that they're posting, not with an algorithm. Hard data of everything that they're posting, which allows you to do what? Like, comment, respond, share, be involved in their life. Okay? In the past, we've never had a tool available to us that will tell us when something significant happens in the life of one of our customers. And it was on us to reach out and tell them, hey, it's spring, time to mow your lawn more often, or something like that. Those are not really valid pieces to generate a sense of communication or a conversation with them. But them saying, my son just graduated high school today, you responding to that, they take note of. When you post something on Facebook, you're watching who likes it, who comments on it, a little bit emotional, right? If I post that my wife is pregnant, she's not pregnant. If I post that my wife is pregnant, I'm looking to see who responds. Let's say my father doesn't respond. I notice that. My sister doesn't respond. I don't have a sister. My sister doesn't respond. I would notice that, right? After a couple days. And Facebook won't keep that at the top. Let's say that was posted right now, and I don't look at it, Facebook, until I leave or I go home or laying in bed or something tonight. I'm not going to see that. And then I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to respond. And they're going to be a little hurt by it. So if you do with your friends list, it's going to show you everything that's going on there and allow you to be that person who always responds, or be that person who simply goes like. Regardless, they're seeing it. Okay. The idea is that you're constantly in front of them, especially in situations where they're passionate or emotional or paying attention to it, instead of getting a postcard or a letter or a mailer or a text message that's completely blank. You know what I mean? I actually really like that one. I never knew about creating lists on Facebook. Probate and estates. Not a very fun part of the business, but it is a niche that not many people investigate or go into. You can find a list of probate properties and homes that are going into an estate, but instead of you doing the grunt work and having to seek that out and cold call people, very simply align yourself with a probate attorney and host a seminar. What to do when a loved one passes. You don't have to present anything. You have to organize it, be the name who's involved, and introduce the attorney to let him talk. The attorney loves it because they're getting the business. You love it because you're the experienced person who's providing the resources. You have the contacts. You want to be that resource so when something happens, they know who to come to. Agents who focus on the niche of probate and estates may do that weekly. Don't need to do that weekly. Okay, what's in your farming area? Is there an older community in your farming area? Go host one once a month. The community will love it. The attorney will love it. The people will love it. Why not? What does it cost you? Time. Co-branding with another company related to real estate. That does not mean mortgage and title. It's not what I'm referring to.
Sorry, I just thought of.
Go ahead.
So let's say you want to do one of these seminars and you want to put it on Facebook. How do you target on Facebook? I know there's a way to do it. I was trying to research this yesterday.
If you're doing
Area.
okay.
Like within a 2-mile radius of the property.
Say you're doing a seminar and you want to target people within a geographic radius. Okay. When you go onto Facebook and you're creating your audience, there's a map on there. You can type in an address and say within 2 miles, I think it goes down to 5, within 5 miles of this address. We went through that the other day when we did the open houses.
I know, and I didn't get it.
Okay, so easiest way to remember, my best friend is YouTube. Go to YouTube, type how to geo-target on Facebook ad. There'll be a 2-minute video on how to do it, showing you the screenshots, following their mouse, et cetera, et cetera. I love YouTube. YouTube's coming up shortly, by the way. Co-branding with other companies related to real estate, not mortgage, not title. Who else works on homes? Painters, landscapers, pool companies, contractors, air conditioning companies, roofers. Do you think the roofer pays for marketing or marketing materials? Do you think the pool company could use a little extra advertising? What if you went to a pool company going into a house every week and said, hey, put my information on your invoices. I'll put your information on my marketing materials I pass around this area, and we'll refer business to each other. Do you have to pay them? Probably not, because you're reciprocating. But when that owner is talking about selling their home, hey, I'm not going to need your service anymore, we're getting ready to sell our house, Or can you come and do a cleanup because we're getting ready to sell our house? Who do you think they're going to refer that business to? You're not doing anything extra than what you're already doing. If you're creating flyers, you're sending them out, you're doing postcards, something like that, you're already paying for it. Don't necessarily ask them for money because they may be more reluctant to do so, but you want to do reciprocating referrals. Maybe you could do a vendor sheet where you bring one air conditioning guy, one pool guy, one painter, one contractor, things along those lines, and create a preferred vendor sheet, obviously with you in the middle and all the other vendors around. You can either cover it yourself and create a preferred list, or have each of them throw in a little bit. It's marketing for all of them. Create a network of all of them. Bring them all together. They refer business to each other. They will love you for that. Create your own little mini BNI. Call it Brokers Networking International. Does that make sense? YouTube. Love YouTube. YouTube. Okay. This is content. YouTube is one of the highest indexed websites on Google. So you want to talk about search engine optimization for your website, etc., things along those lines, YouTube. Create a channel. Very simple to do so. Takes about 4 clicks. Put your logo, put your picture, put your information, and start putting videos up there. They don't have to be complex. Do a 2-minute video on 5 things you want to do before you list your house for sale. 5 things to look out for when you're buying a home. Call your home inspector that you use. 3 things that a buyer should look out for and how to rectify those. Call an insurance guy. 3 things to look at when you're buying a house. What's going to make your premium go up? Interview people. Take industry professionals, put it on there, interview them. 3 questions. Very, very simple. Record it, put it on YouTube, share it on your social media, post it on your website. You want the stuff to link back to your website. That improves your optimization. If you went right now onto Google and typed how to stage my house for sale, what do you think comes up? Tons of realtors talking and giving tips. Not you guys, but realtors that are doing that right now. YouTube is owned by who? Google. Okay. So if someone searches, Google knows where they are. So it's using relative tips in their area as the prime items that are responding. So that helps you again with the hyper local involvement. Okay. Don't be afraid of going on video with YouTube. It doesn't have to be professional. Okay. I'm going to do a lot more with video shortly. Talk to contractors, building codes, city officials, city inspectors, home stagers, how to prepare your home to sell. Go to a new restaurant. Interview the owner of the restaurant. What type of food do you have? What's your best dish on the menu? What should people come and eat? If they're going to come here once, what should they eat? Be a local professional. Know everything about your market, whether it's real estate or just the community itself. You want to be the professional. You want to be the source of knowledge about the area. Essentially the digital mayor, knowing anything and everything. I challenge you to Google something about selling a house or buying a house and see what comes up. I hate this one. Build your review base. Build your review base. Is a common question. When I do a transaction, where should I have my customer do a review? The answer is anywhere, not your website. Zillow, Realtor.com, Google, Facebook, Yelp, they all require the consumer to log in or provide their information in order to do so. That's not something, I'm sorry? Most don't like to. It's very hard to get those. So you need to be diligent about doing that and follow up with them. Ask them for it. I'm putting more time into the video testimonials right now because it's easier. They don't have to log in. They click a link, they record for 45 seconds, up to 50, and it comes back to you, post-production, ready to go. That doesn't necessarily help you on all of those different platforms, but the idea is to have a broad representation of your business. You may not have 55 on Zillow, you may have 55 on Zillow and 0 on Google. That shows just as poorly as having none. You need to have on across the board. So let's say I'd rather have 5 on Yelp, 5 on Google, 5 on Facebook, 5 on Realtor, 5 on Zillow than 75 on any of them. because they're searching your name. You better believe a consumer is going to Google your name. When they Google your name, you need to come across as being welcomed by everyone. How many of you have a Google My Business location on Google right now? I'm going to show you 2 examples. Yes. Written testimonials? Where? Like a note card? I would probably take a picture of it and post it onto your business page. That doesn't necessarily help what I'm talking about right now. Is when someone Googles your name, that's how I want it to come up. And I'm going to show you 2 screenshots right now of 2 different agents. You'll see the company on there, but it's 2 different agents. I'm not referring to the company. Each agent operated individually and did their own thing. Joni Tabano has a Google place. It's awesome. If you don't have one, a Google My Business location, go onto Google, type Google My Business, and it will pop up, and it's very easy to set up. The hardest part about creating that is to confirm that you are where you're located. They send you a little postcard with a code on it, and you have to go on with that code and punch it in as a confirmation. So it does take some time to set up. You do the initial, they send you a postcard, you go back on and you confirm. So you have to wait for the postcard to get there to actually activate. And I'll show you what it looks like when you have it versus when you don't have it. This is a realtor who does have a Google My Business location. That's what this is over here. This is a Google business listing. So for example, I searched Karen List Century 21. And this is how it populated. That looks nice. 15 Google reviews, her website, Yelp reviews. If you go further down, there's Realtor.com and Zillow as well. But she shows with a good presence. She has a lot of reviews, okay? But she shows across the board. Yelp has 55, Google has 15, Zillow and Realtor I think only had 3 or 4 each. But regardless, it comes up 5 stars across the board. Professional comes across as an industry professional, someone you would want to work with, who's around and people are satisfied with, right? Shows your information, your phone number, clicks through to your website, your branding can all be on there. It's a very nice presentation to have. Google your local area. Realtor in Pompano Beach, for example, around here. Realtor in Pompano Beach, see who comes up. Then take their name and Google their name, see how they come up. You want to be comparable to your competition or better. Now, for those of you who don't have a Google My Business location, here's what it looks like right now if they Google your name. How inclined are you to click on or contact this woman who doesn't even come up as a realtor? I typed in her name in Century 21. Same thing, just change the name of the agent. This is what comes up. Absolutely nothing about her business. Her Facebook business page only. Nothing else. Which realtor would you work with? So it's nice when a customer says, I read your reviews and I felt confident about working with you. But for every one of those, there's probably 5 others that looked at everything and went with someone else. And that's what you don't know. You don't know how many people that's happening with. So to avoid that issue, put your best foot forward, get your online reputation, your presence looking like a professional, like it should be. That doesn't take money, it takes time, right? Karen, how many deals did you close last year? Estimation, 20 something. Okay, we'll say 20, okay? How many reviews did you get last year? 2, 10%, okay? That love to have that higher to 15, 16. It's not always possible, but you work with multiple people in the transaction. And this is something that's missing in our industry right now, and I'd like to change that, okay? We have Realtor.com. Yes, we want the reviews from our customer, but you know what's just as valuable as a review from a customer? A review from the other realtor. Karen was a pleasure to work with, a true professional. You can review each other. There's nothing stopping you from going on and leaving a review for the other agent. And if you do it, guess what? They're doing it back to you. Most of the time. But it gives you that shot and it increases the amount of reviews. You can have 20 deals and 40 reviews. You know what I mean? Every
There's a seller that other brokers want you to work with.
every realtor that works with any one of you gets a letter from us. Okay. Whether you like them or not. We do. We send a thank you. We understand you closed a deal with so-and-so. It's a manually signed letter we send out to everybody. Yes. We do, because we went out and did it. But if they join before the letter, they're going to say referral. They're not going to say co-broker letter. That's one of the options when you join. How did you hear about us? One of them says personal letter. One of them says referral. You know that one. So who would get that referral? We would. Because if we didn't do that, they wouldn't have come. Yep. Yep. We do. We get pretty behind with it. Sometimes it takes us up to a month to send them. Okay. Hey, we'll take them, Dominique. We'd love to educate them on how to be better. If we leave them out there, they're left on their own. They're orphans. I'd rather them come, and if they get a complaint against them, they call. First time, this is our policy. First complaint against you, we're going to call. We're going to educate you and teach you how to rectify it for the future. Second one, get out. That's the way it works. Sorry, the $79 is not worth it. Those people take way too much time. But if we have an opportunity to educate them, I want to take that opportunity because it helps everybody as a whole. If we just kicked them out, they would go somewhere else and we'd have the same problem. That is the hardest part of this industry, the other agent you have to work with. Always. That's why it's always better to double end a deal, not only for the money, but for the ease of process. Okay, number 10, creating ebooks for lead capture. I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. These are digital magnets, electronic books. What is an ebook? It's a fancy way to say a Word document saved as a PDF. So you take content, you take knowledge that you already have, or you compile from different sources and put it in your own words. Save as PDF, put a pretty picture on the front. Guess what? Congratulations, you just published your first ebook. But that is your tool, that is your carrot that you're dangling. If you'd like my 5 tips on how to sell your home for more, please provide me your information. That goes into social media lead capture, goes into many different things actually. But think about this, if you're going around canvassing a neighborhood, knocking on doors, how would you like to have that in your back pocket? The market's changing in your area, homes are selling. How would you like a market report on how it affects your equity in your home? Oh, I'd like that actually, that's interesting. Owners love to hear the word equity. They love to hear that because it's money in their pocket. It's their little savings that they think they have when they sell their house. So when someone says, yeah, I'd like that. Okay, great. How would you like me to send it to you? Text or email? You just got their information. If you don't know how to do that, take a class on RPR. Does it for you. The ebooks are great. Market reports are at your fingertips. Mobile app, RPR. You can do a first-time homebuyer's handbook. Secrets to real estate investing. The art of staging. And you can get content from other people. Go to a home stager. Get information from them and rebrand it as a co-branded ebook. Let others do the work for you. I guarantee there's a lender, many lenders who have first-time home buying guides, things like that. Take it, ask for permission to co-brand it, use it. Let other people do the work. Don't just copy and paste verbatim, please. Okay? Customers love information. All right, don't shoot me on the next one, please. Zillow. It's called Zillow Make Me Move. Has anyone heard of Zillow Make Me Move? Yeah. Cool. It's essentially a seller going on and saying, hey, if you gave me this much, I would move. I would sell my house if you gave me this much. That's someone going out and saying, I've thought about selling my home. I took the time to list my information, put a price on it, and make my contact information available. You better believe that you're calling them. Don't talk about price, because if they're on there, they're unrealistic about the price. But that's because they're not trying to sell it actively right now. Call them, knock on the door, send them a letter, do something Don't talk about the price. Be a resource. Think about this. I list my house, 535 on Make Me Move on Zillow. Someone calls me. How would you respond to this? If you got 535 today, where would you go? Where would you move to? Oh, actually, I need a larger house for my family, but I'm in no rush. Or we're going to have a baby in 9 months, but I don't need to sell it until then. So I'm taking my time. That's a prospect for a listing and a prospect for a buyer. All it took was time. I went on and played with it a little bit this morning. Just Googled Zillow Make Me Move. And there are thousands of these in Broward County. They are all over the place. There's a listing of ones that are manually entered by sellers, and there's also listings of pre-foreclosure homes on there too. Really, really interesting. These people that are somewhat interested in selling are eventually going to sell with someone. Whether it's active now or active later, they're going to sell with someone. Be the resource, be available. Is there something I can answer for you? Do you have any questions? Would you like an exact valuation of what your home would sell today on the marketplace? Use that information that you have access to and just take the time and make a phone call. Like I said, these are not earth-shattering changes or earth-shattering ideas. They're little tidbits that with some time could develop relationships, could develop contacts and contracts. They're from public records, actually, the pre-foreclosure ones. Some of them may be listed, so you do need to kind of cross-reference it. But it's a lot more than I expected. A lot more.
All their information's on there.
Phone number, name, everything. Yeah. Referral networks. Some people like referral networks. Some people don't like referral networks. Regardless, most of them have no cost. Some of them do. Referral exchange does have a cost upfront to be in part of the network. I have not investigated that one myself, but there are a few. OpCity, you know, we have available through us. UpNest, also available through us. Estately and Fast Expert. Check those two out. Yes. Great question. So with the acquisition of OpCity by Realtor.com's umbrella, it was purchased by Move, which owns Realtor, right? So is that going to change and they're going to cherry pick leads? Not necessarily. What I think is going to happen, because what OpCity does right now is they pay Zillow and Realtor.com for leads. They screen them and then they give them out to, well, they screen them and then give them out to realtors. They connect them live on the phone. What I think it's going to do is move all the money they spend from Zillow to Realtor. I think the Realtor.com ads are going to go up in price, but they're going to go down in price for OpCity because it's the same company. So they'll be able to provide more leads where they're making a percentage of them instead of selling the leads at a flat cost. Absolutely. But it will be at a very, very, very discounted rate. I mean, they're not going to pay themselves. They'll make it as cheap as humanly possible for themselves, which will drive the cost up for those that are advertising for the leads. You know, an agent going and paying Realtor.com on a zip code, your price might be $250 a month right now. I bet it goes upwards of $350. I don't think so. I don't think so. But they make more money doing it through the referrals. They make way more money doing it through the referral networks. That's it. I think that's why they acquired them. It's building that bridge. It's completing the bridge between generating the lead and converting it to an agent, earning a commission as opposed to a flat monthly fee. Move Inc., who owns Realtor.com, purchased OpCity. I think it was $420 million. Well, OpCity's owned now by Move, and the rest I don't really know. Not gigantic corporations like a Zillow or anything like that. OpCity wasn't either. OpCity actually had bought out Movoto, who was a kind of a well-known name, was well-known for bad leads. So OpCity took that over, and instead of just passing email notifications of leads, they took it a step further. They have a call center, they call the lead, and they live connect with an agent on the phone. You never know. You never know. I mean, there's constantly acquisitions, mergers and acquisitions. Um, I personally, I really like OpCity, and it's a high referral percentage. It is very high. However, you're not wasting time calling a bunch of people. They're shooting you a message or a pop-up notification saying, we have this person on the phone looking to buy in this area at this price point. Are you available? If you click yes, your phone rings and you're live transferred on the phone with them. 40. Yeah. It's 40. It's 40. I'm not saying the leads are any better, but you know it's a real person. You know it's not a realtor. You know it's a real person, and you're not spending anything unless you close a deal. So yes, it's a high percentage, but it's zero if you don't close anything. So what's it cost you? Time. You want to call them again. So the way it works with OpCity, I have my settings. I signed up for an account with them to understand what would happen with you guys. Okay. So I signed up for one. I clicked one lead. I took one lead, 75,000, tire kicker. She wasn't ready, whatever. It didn't matter. Actually referred it to an agent anyways. But I wanted to see the process. So in the beginning, I was getting blown up. I was getting maybe 10 notifications a day of contacts. It was ridiculous, but I'd only accepted the one. So OpCity's algorithm sees I'm not responding. I never get one anymore. Never. Because my response score is now down. So I'm at the bottom of the list. So as more people come in that come at a higher score than I am, they're getting a question for the leads before I am. It's a very interesting concept they have. But if you're not active and up on it from the beginning, you drop off. Yes, you can set those parameters. You need to do that at the beginning before you just don't accept them, because like me, you go down. Mine's still active. Mine's still open for anything. I never get contacts. And I'm from Hollywood to West Palm Beach. It's more and more competitive. So yes, it's going to be bad for a little while. They were acquired by Realtor.com. So when they get flooded with more contacts, that will improve. And that's why I think that happened. It's because they can improve on that.
What were you saying about UpNest? You said our company uses them?
Yeah, we sign off with UpNest. You go to upnest.com and request a referral with them. It gets sent to me. I just sign it right away. I'm used to theirs. It's either 30 or 35, and they do both buyer and seller leads. No, they just send you the contact and you go from there. They don't screen them. Correct. You don't pay unless you close a deal. It's simply referral percentage. I mean, I know most people in here, it's either 30 or 35. I know most people in here, if a realtor called them and said, hey, I have a customer I'd like to refer to you, I'll take 30%, you would do it. Okay, so why would you not do it through one of these? Absolutely should. How many of you have a database with old leads that never answered you or responded to you? Of course you do. And whether you do or do not want to take the time to do it, somebody will. Constantly have conversations with new realtors who are trying to understand, where do I go to start a network? How do I find people? Guess what? Put it out there. Diane, I have 500 contacts that are dead in my database. They're classified as dead leads. Who wants them? And if you convert anything from it, I'll take 10%, 15%, because it's going to be a lot of legwork to do it. A lot of legwork to reach out to these people. But if you close something, great. And it's giving that new agent with no network somewhere to go, somebody to talk to, somewhere to try and reach out to. And it's something very, very simple. You could send them an email. It says, subject line, hey, Steve, body of the email, are you still interested in buying a home? Thanks, Jonathan. That's it. What does that make them think? You might have something for me. They're trying to find out if I'm still in the market. Do they have a new listing? Is there a new property? What am I missing out on? FOMO, fear of missing out. It generates a response. It's the idea. It's a complete mind game. So if you're new and you need some contacts, talk to other realtors. Hey, do you have any dead leads I can take? No, I don't want to give you my dead leads. Why are you holding on to them so tight? Let them go. Maybe you make something off of it. Questions about that? Cool. Listreports.com. Listreports.com is a website that allows you to create marketing materials for your listings. However, if you partner with a mortgage broker or a lender on there, it opens up a few different categories. This is a free system. If you partner with a lender on there, it provides you custom lead text lead codes for free, where you can put onto a sign rider, text 456 with info, and it will send them automatically information about your listing, a link to your website, things along those lines. Quick little tidbit, not really much there other than co-branded marketing materials on their website, market reports and status reports for your sellers on your listings, and the text lead codes. I don't know if they're on there. I do believe they are, though. If not, he'll go. Who wears name badges? All of you do. I hate name badges. So let me ask you a question. Deborah, can I borrow you for a second? Come stand up front. I won't. Stand over there. So let's say you're wearing a name badge, okay? I have this long to look at your name badge and understand who you are and what you do as I walk past you. How many people are really going to get that? And I have to look down like I'm staring at your chest. How many people are going to get that? It's free. Yes, it's free. But how many people are looking at that? Turn around. Let's see you're standing there. I'm in line at Dunkin' Donuts. If the information's on the back of her shirt, how long am I reading that? A lot longer than 3 seconds. Try putting your information on the back of your shirt instead of on a name badge. You can put a permanent fixed name badge like Sharon has a K Company Realty on her dress. But on the back of it, if she had Sharon Dolinsky Realtor in her phone number, anyone who's standing behind her at Dunkin' Donuts, the grocery store, the bank, lunch, whatever, is reading that for an extended period of time. Instead of being the naturally lazy people that we are and going through the drive-thru, go stand inside. Take your car with the car magnets, wait for the front spot, park up front. Perfect. You had the stripe across the top with your name on the windshield. Little corner. Absolutely. You want to be seen everywhere. Everywhere. Make. I don't know. I'm about to ask Jeremy about it. But this is an example. Here's another one. One sec. A flashing license plate, like the frame that goes around it. Okay, so how many people are driving like, oh, okay, that's cool. Most people, if they're sitting at a light, they're on their phone texting or searching Facebook or something. They're not looking at your license plate. Think about the hats. How many people do you know that wear hats, that play golf? Roofers that work outside, landscapers that work outside. You can get hats like this, camo or a color, I don't really care. I wouldn't do the camo ones. But you can buy those for $1 at Walmart. Go get them embroidered for $3 and give them out. Have your branding everywhere. Get some nicer ones. If you have some professionals who play golf, give them a nicer hat. I give out the K Company hats that we have. I bought 20 of them, and I gave them to people in my Little League Baseball league. They wear them to practice because the coaches don't get hats. They wear them to practice. They wear them out golfing, to the beach. It's everywhere. I love it. The K Company hats, they're too expensive to give away. Go to Walmart, order them online, custom branded hats, stuff like that. The hats we have are over 20. Here, they're not as much. If you go get them on your own. Yes? It is a good point. If you're at a networking event, yes, the name badge works. But just walking around in the general public, they're not going to stop you and say, let me read your name badge, or let me shake your hand to read your name badge. In fact, I make a point of not looking at the name badges because it gives the wrong impression. As a man, I don't look at name badges. Hi, how are you? Oh, your name is Sarah. Okay. No, it's just an easy way, and someone is much more inclined to read what's on the back of your shirt while they're standing in line, as opposed to reading what's across your front, okay? Maybe you want to wrap your car if you want to get really crazy. But people will wear the hats, they'll wear the shirts, they'll wear anything you give them for free. Okay? Absolutely. So are all these. So are all these. Market activity reports. We all know we have RPR. How many actually actively use it and send out? Sharon does. Good job, Sharon. You can use your market activity reports to be behind your Facebook ads. Hollywood, Florida. How much is your home in Hollywood worth? Hyper local. Facebook ad. Hollywood market report. Send it to them. Go down to the local community, the individual subdivision. Create a market report for those. Go out, knock on doors. Would you like to see how your equity is being affected by the recent sales? Great. How would you like that? Cell phone, email. Send it to them. Put them into your database. Start following up with them. That one was really short. Open houses. We did a classes on how to do an open house. Open houses are a great way at very little expense, under 20 bucks it can be, okay, to go out there and host and get your name out there. An open house is essentially an open invitation for you to market yourself into a local neighborhood. It does take a lot of time, but not as much money. Again, an idea under $20. Allows you to go in and knock on, it's an invitation or an excuse to knock on 100 doors around the home that you're going to host that open house. It's an excuse for you to have a one-on-one with a potential seller who's interested in being nosy and going into their neighbor's house. All of those. Knock on the door. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry, my name is Jonathan from the K Company. I'm about to host an open house in 3 days at your neighbor across the street. I wanted to ask you, do you happen to have a friend or a relative that's interested in moving to the neighborhood who might want to buy that house? No? Okay, no big deal. Well, if you have some time, about an hour before, I'm inviting you specifically to come and walk through the house on your own. That's it. Personal invite, ask them for a referral. It's an excuse to talk to them. Keep your phone with you. Use that market activity report. Pop it out. If you don't know how to do it at a moment's notice, keep the notes open on your phone. Pop it out, write down their information. Get back. How the hell do I do that? I didn't learn that. I didn't take that class yet. But whatever, you wait 10 minutes and you figure it out. You don't have to do it on the spot, but they will be very, very impressed if you can send that to them on the spot. Questions? No. Next. Visualfarming.com. It's not free. There's a coupon code on the bottom that'll get you for 20 bucks. It's a very, very nice comprehensive site to handle squeeze pages, landing pages with autoresponders. So instead of you having to create a landing page on your website and manually respond to it, this does the work for you. Visualfarming.com, sorry. For example, they have 3 different site landing page options. One of them is a market report, which sends them the RPR activity report instantly for the information that they put in there. Number 2 is a new listing alert, which is a page that has one nice looking picture of the house. To view more photos or listings in this area, give me your information. It sends them the full gallery as well as an auto search notification for other listings in the area. Or 3 is the ebook and PDF responder. So like I said before, creating the ebook, you upload your ebook to there. You link that to your Facebook advertising. When they click and they give the information, it automatically sends them the ebook and gives you their contact information for your CRM. It takes the legwork out of doing it, whereas you could do that for free on your own. This one's about 20 bucks. Okay? When you get someone who puts in for a market report, what are you going to do? They're getting the market report automatically. Pick up the phone. Hey, did you have a chance to review that? Because you got their phone number, you got their email. Did you have a chance to review that? Great. As you can tell, it's a pretty general report. If you'd like something, and it gives them a range, by the way. So maybe $80,000 range. If you'd like something that is more particular or within a few $1,000s of exactly what your home would sell for, I'd be happy to do that for you. You're the resource. Be the resource. Okay? Or I'd love to come and see your home and see how it's different and where it would fall in that range. You're trying to start a conversation that you did not have before. That is the whole idea. Okay? Questions about that? How am I doing on time? Ooh, we're at the end. 19, slide broadcast. There's SlideDial you probably heard of before. Slide broadcast is a little bit different. SlideDial is like an auto dialer. Slide broadcast allows you to place a message, record a message, and it goes automatically to their voicemails, but allows you to pick a geographic area. You don't necessarily have to have the numbers. Let's say you want to talk and you want to call every owner within a half a mile of this home you're about to do an open house and leave them a message inviting them. Record it, go on slide broadcast, drop a pin in the area, and you pay the fee for that one going out, which can range anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on the number of contacts. It can do voicemails, it can do text messages. And it sends out to that area. Pretty neat. And it goes to cell phones. Cell phones. It used to only work with house phones and now works with cell phones. I don't know. I haven't looked at that. Check it out and see if you can upload your own list. If you're going to upload your own list, I have a different resource for you. It's called Dial My Calls, which is a whole lot cheaper. That's the one I use. Yeah. Yes. I would highly recommend you use voicemails over text messages. The reason I say that is text messages, you are subject to what's called the TCPA, which is essentially a do not call for texting. And if you text, they have the proof that you're violating it. If it's a voicemail, not quite the element of proof. Could have been a personal phone call instead of a blast. Yes, and there are a few brokers who have been sued under the TCPA, which carries a violation fine of $5,000 per occurrence. Each message is a violation. No. Are you on the state list or the national do not call list? Okay, so they have different regulations. Depends what they're calling for. Yes, I get like one call an hour. It is extremely frustrating. So think of this message. Do a slide broadcast. Maybe you just want to pick a farming area. Send out a message. I have buyers looking to purchase in your neighborhood. There's not enough inventory. If you're interested in selling or seeing if your property would apply, please call me. Here's my number. Sounds like a personal phone message. You're holding something out in front of them. I have somebody who wants to buy a house in your neighborhood. Is your house good enough for them? Might generate a call. Could be a listing. You could honestly have a buyer that you would like to sell in their neighborhood. I know someone from my son's baseball team who's been looking for a house in 2 subdivisions and they can't find one. There's nothing listed. I've been looking for them for 8 months. There's nothing that comes up in that neighborhood. So I'm going to go do a slide broadcast and send out to that neighborhood. Hell, maybe it'll pull an $800,000 listing. That'd be great. Wouldn't be upset about that. Facebook business pages. I'm not talking about creating your own Facebook business page. I'm talking about creating a network, creating a group of people who have similar interests to you. Not saying go out and set up Pompano Yoga as your Facebook group. I'm saying pick something related to real estate. For example, Pompano Beach Investments. Start a Facebook network. Anyone who's interested in investing in Pompano Beach will join that. I promise you. Go on to other groups. Post, oh, if you're interested in investing, join this group. And they get big. They get big, which allows you to endorse all of the messages that you're putting on there. Again, be the digital mayor. Be the know-it-all about everything. You can call it the Pompano Real Estate Buzz, the best of Pompano Beach, life in Pompano Beach, anything along those lines makes you the resource for the local area. What can you post on there? Anything, anything, okay? But don't just pick random content. You want to interact with others, which help you spread it. So what's the new restaurant that's opened around here? The Beach House, okay. Go and request to talk to the manager. Set it up ahead of time, all right, so you're not surprising them. I'd like to ask you 3 questions and feature you on my local group. Go there. Take a picture with them. Take a picture of a menu item. Take a picture of the place or do a video. this great new place that's open. I'm here. This is Dominique Graham from the K Company Realty, here with Steve Sanders, the manager of the Beach House, which just opened in Pompano Beach, a great establishment. Steve, tell me, if someone comes here once, what should they absolutely get? What is the unique part about your restaurant? Interview them. You're going to tag them in your post. They're going to share it, which goes out to their network. The idea is spreading it and bringing it all back in. And it's you providing that resource. Make sure you introduce yourself at the beginning, or if it's a picture, call to action with your information branded on there. Again, it's an excuse to generate a conversation and makes you the local knowledge base of that area. Yep. Would it get synced? I probably wouldn't, but anytime you're posting on there, make sure you're tagging yourself, because you want the roads to lead back. You want to make sure it's easy as possible for them to get back to you. So when you're posting on there, if it's a picture, include your branding and tag your page. And tag the restaurant page, the contractor, the inspector, I don't care who it is, but interview someone, provide content. Okay? And automatically, no, you need to tag yourself. But the best way to do that would be to do a video interview, post it on YouTube, take the YouTube video, post it on that group, take that video, share it onto your business page. Kind of you want to spread it all around so people can find you from different reaches. As the people that come through that networking group will not be the same people on your business page, which will not be the same people that find it on Google or on YouTube. Networking all around. And on the YouTube, you're keeping the title and the description, which includes the restaurant. And they're going to share that video, which then leads to all the other videos in your library. The idea is just bringing exposure from any angle that you possibly can. Okay? All of these are not earth-shattering, again, but they take time and could lead to more of a relationship with someone. The idea is generating a new conversation. Requests, they don't submit requests to follow your page. You don't have the choice of who follows your business page or not. They can follow you or not. It's not your choice to accept them. As far as personal acceptance of friend requests, that is completely up to you. Correct. So if someone follows your business page and you don't want them to see it, for example, your competitor that's copying you, you can block them. However, you don't have to accept someone in order for them to follow. You can remove them, but they don't have to come through you to add.
You have to have somebody like you have to accept a friend request